This computer. All right. Hey, everyone. I am so glad you're here tonight. Tonight, we're going to be diving into a conversation. It's going to be a little bit different. So, this is something that's been a total game changer for me and so many others, my peptide journey. And I'm not here to throw a bunch of science at you or more testimonials at you, but we're going to be talking about real results. Peptides have helped me to finally build long, lasting muscle, lean muscle. And most recently, here in January, it has helped me to build the lean or the repair the lining in my pain in my neck and to boost my energy. Uh, After years of feeling stuck and not being able to get my weight fluctuations under control from autoimmune, possibly different hormone things that I have had going on in my body, inflammation, insulin resistance. Um, these peptides have completely changed my life. And now I can focus on my family. I can focus on doing other things and just like, what is wrong with me? Why is my body failing me? And so tonight we're going to be talking about fitness, recovery, focus, and how peptides support all of this. And I've invited two women here that I absolutely love, and they're going to be bringing different perspectives. So we're going to start with Tracy, who has over 10 years of experience using these peptides and comes from the world of competitive bodybuilding. So, Tracy and I connected back in December, and she's actually the reason why I was like so inspired to get back in the gym and start putting on that lean, long muscle that I was talking about. And I have seen come in places that I've never had. It goes along with that hard work that I've been putting in the gym. So I'm excited to start with you, Tracy. So you've been in the fitness and bodybuilding space for a long time. Can you tell us what brought you into your peptide journey?
Okay. So I started competing back in, I can't, I'd say it was 9 years ago because I can't remember, 10 years ago, I can't remember exactly. At any rate, when I was when you compete, it takes up all of your time. I mean, it's very, very consuming. And I'll be honest with you, you want to be better than the person you're standing to next on stage. And I didn't want to use steroids, so the reason why I originally started doing peptides was for purely aesthetic reasons. And back when I started, nothing was regulated. I mean, I could have been shooting monkey piss in my veins for all I know. I mean, it was honestly, I mean, nothing was regulated. So at any rate, that was my first introduction to peptides. And what really, really sold me on peptides was during that my competition days, I hurt my foot and I had to have surgery. And the surgery, it was going to put me down, and it was right in the middle of comp season. And I was like, oh man, I want to get back on stage. Let's fast forward. Then I started taking BPC 157 TV 500. Complete game changer. I mean, literally within 5 weeks, I mean, I was back to training the way that I trained prior. And just to give you guys a little bit of a heads up of BPC. So BPC does several things. One of which is, I mean, it does help as far as your gut biome, but and no one really speaks about that. Everyone always talks about the healing peptide, and it is in fact that. Absolutely, it is absolutely that. But that in conjunction with the TV is going to help with the inflammation. And what's happening is whatever area needs attention, it's ensuring that it's getting the blood flow, and not have if it's inflamed, then it's not going to get the blood flow. And how peptides work. I mean, they're sneaky little bastards. You know, they float around, they find the area that needs it, and they go right for it. And so that's why I love peptides. So
So
so moving.
can I ask you a question?
Mhm,
So
mhm.
when you hurt your ankle, did you inject like near your foot or your ankle, or were you injecting like your abdomen or your thigh?
No,
Because I
back.
inject in my neck. I
Well, it
inject
was my
right at the
foot.
disc.
It was a
Oh,
foot. I
okay.
mean, I mean, this is way more information than you guys need, but it was a bunion surgery. I mean, it was nasty. It was disgusting, but that's what it was. So no, I wasn't shooting BPC into my bunion. I wasn't doing that. And back then, honestly, I didn't know that it is more. You can shoot and go right for the in fact the injured area. I know that now, but at the time I didn't know that, so I was just shooting. I was just doing it into my stomach. So
Okay.
so that's my moving forward. Now I'm in my 50s, and I mean, obviously, I mean, I'm doing it for my longevity journey. My reasoning, the reasons why I'm using peptides now, it's
What's up,
far
babe?
different than
Huh?
before. Am I still?
I got you. I just
You lost?
muted.
Okay.
I got you.
So now that I'm in my 50s, I mean, I still BPC is still one of my absolute faves, but my fave is probably Semarelin. I love Semarelin, and what Semarelin does is it allows us to produce our own HGH, which I mean, and we all need that. And after the age of 30, we virtually stop producing it. So this is allowing us to produce our own HGH, and HGH is what makes little boys, big boys, strong bones, all that good stuff. And it helps with libido. I mean, energy levels. I mean, muscle mass, recovery. Like I said, I can't say enough good things about Semarelin. I call Semarelin the midlifer's best friend. I truly do.
Okay. So if we have athletes or we have an athlete on the call today,
Mhm.
what is a simple way that they can explore peptides without feeling overwhelmed? Like what is the you think Sermorelin is like the best place to start?
I personally, my favorite stack is Semarelin and BPC.
Okay. Because they like potentiate each other. They
Well,
like
there's synergy
it's
between the two,
interesting.
you know. So I mean,
Right.
it's almost like so you have the Semarelin, which is releasing the HGH, and then the BPC is almost making the Semarelin work better. If that makes any sense.
It does. Yeah, it does. And I want to just mention here, if you guys have questions that you want to pop in the chat, please do so, and we'll make sure that we hit those questions. So, but if there's one thing, Tracy, I have another question for you.
Hmm.
If there's one thing that you wish more people knew about peptides, especially women who are active, exhausted, I know one of the accounts that you manage is midlife. What is it? So everyone can follow you? Because it is inspirational, guys. I'm telling you, I started following her and I'm like, I need to get in the gym more. And I have felt like I'm doing that same stack. So Sermorelin, BPC, and then we're on back order now, but I still have my GHKCU. So I'm doing that. And then once in a while when I need the NAD, I'm adding in the NAD. And so it really has I've put on a ton of muscle, a ton of muscle. Like and I've been doing that PT 141 twice a week when I go to the gym, the vascular, and I can actually see like my veins when I'm working out. Like it really does. Can you tap into that peptide and that stack?
Yeah. Okay. So the PT 141 is actually for sexual health. So I just want to clarify that. But
Right, I
but
know.
I'm few of my friends that are meatheads and go to the gym all the time. They turned me on to it and they told me about it because that is honestly that's a bodybuilder's dream is to be vascular. It truly is. And so taking PT 141, it's like it's almost you consider it a pre-workout, but it's like a pre-workout on steroids. I mean, it's really amazing. I mean, do you notice that you're lifting heavier when you take it?
I really do. And I'm like, oh, I mean, I was like, okay, maybe I like all of the veins in my arms. I was like doing the curls. I'm like, wow. Like this is, I felt like I needed to pull my sleeves down because I was like, this is like legit. These peptides are powerful. And
They truly are. And they're working from a cellular level. And that's what I feel like people don't get. You know, I mean, I just like sometimes people think it's like a one hit wonder. You're just going to take this and then magically things are going to happen. No, you got to put the work in. But knowing that it's working from a cellular level, for me, for my longevity journey, that I mean, that definitely makes me feel warm and fuzzy. I love that. I absolutely love that. And I just feel like people need to understand peptides and how peptides work. And I think that people, there's still a stigma out there with peptides. And I mean, we're trying to overcome that. I mean, every single day, all of us are. It's a constant battle. It's no different than the battle of the GLP-1. Everyone thinks, I mean, it's just for weight loss, and that could not be further from the truth. But that's a constant battle. I mean, from mainstream
Hmm.
media, that we have to try to make people understand that it's not. I mean, I microdose a GLP-1, and it's not for weight loss at all.
Definitely not. That was your post today. I saw, this is what microdosing looks like. And you're like lifting heavy because that's one of the false things about these peptides that or GLP specific, that you're losing muscle. And
Right.
I've actually seen myself get stronger. I'm actually stronger. I'm not losing any muscle. I'm building muscle, but I'm microdosing and I'm not going after losing a lot of weight. So I've seen that, but I love, this is what I love about these peptides, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just about optimizing for competition, but you're optimizing for life. And I want my midlife journey to be full of strength and confidence and not wondering like what's wrong with my body. And that's how these peptides have come in, that they have helped my body to connect all the dots. They were just like a wire loose and they cleared the path. So all of the things that I was doing, my weight training, my eating healthy, um, mind, body, spirit. I practice a lot of yoga, a lot of breathing, somatic nerve exercises. Like I was going at it from every angle, and the peptides have just really transformed my life. So, I have Annabelle here, and Annabelle is someone that I've watched experience a full shift, not just physical but mentally. And so, um, Annabelle, come say hi to
Okay.
everybody
Hi,
and share
everybody. Hi, everybody.
share
I'm
with
happy to be
us.
here sharing a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, so in a nutshell, I'm not going to give the long story about how I got here, but most of what was bothering me for years was my gut health. And I think that's how I got with Vanessa, mostly because I was also feeling exhausted all the time and my brain fog was horrible. So I'm like, I need hormones. I need something. I don't know what I need. So I met Vanessa and she got me on the miracle stack. That's how I call it. So, you know, it's so funny because I started because of my gut. I was really desperate and nothing was helping me enough. Diet wasn't helping, nothing was helping. And so it's funny that I just woke up today and I was thinking about this call and I go, my gosh, I realized that I don't remember when it was the last time that I woke up with pain in my stomach. Like this was a daily thing where I would wake up and I couldn't stand up straight. I would be walking around like hunchback until like the pain eased. I'm like, I have no idea where it's coming from, what it is, but my body just wasn't liking anything that I was eating. I had a lot of inflammation. So I started with BPC and GLP-1 and sermorelin. And so that combo, I don't know if it was just all three of them, if it was mostly the BPC, which I assume had to do something with it, the microdosing. I'm microdosing the GLP-1 with the GIP, so that helps the gut lining as well. All I know is that I am no longer in pain. I am and it's funny because I also noticed that all the things that I was not able to eat before that I would immediately react to, I no longer react to. So I had to be off of garlic, onion, pretty much like a lot of the condiments, a lot of the high FODMAP foods that I wasn't able to eat before. I am okay eating them now. I'm eating dairy now. It's, I would react violently. I would be extremely, extremely bloated. So for me, it's made a huge change in my life because waking up in pain, as you can imagine, that's something that it sets the mood for the rest of the day. And it was that profound in my life to the point where I was like, I'm doing this. I want to help people feel like this.
Okay. So, how do you feel that the GLP-1 has helped with I know you tapped into
Mhm.
that a little bit, but how do you feel like it's helped with your gut and your inflammation?
Well, I think that the decrease in inflammation is truly what has helped me felt better. I feel like repairing my gut lining is helping me eat other things that I wasn't able to eat before, but decreasing the inflammation in general, I feel like I don't experience pain as much. It's also like the slower digestion. I feel like it gives me more time because I'm not eating as much. So it gives me more time to like allow my body to digest that food rather than the snacking, right? Like I would be snacking all the time and like I had a lot of food noise. And so I
Mm.
give my stomach a break from, you know, digesting essentially. And so I think that the fact that I am fuller for a little bit longer allows my body to just do what it needs to do.
That's really good. That's actually quite interesting. So I don't wake up in the morning and eat right away because I don't want to start that digestive process. So I
Mhm.
actually do a lot of green juice. I have an amino acids, like a complete aminos that I take in the morning. So I'm giving my body fuel that it needs, but I'm not starting that digestion process. And I feel like that is really key, what you just said, because yeah, for sure with the GLP-1s helping the food noise that allows that inflammation to actually, sorry, I have someone coming in,
Right.
to
That's okay.
settle. And the BPC tablets, so I purchase those because I do the injections and I'm noticing that there really is the gut and brain connection. Um, the I'm not doing the injection as much. I'm taking the tablets. I'm going at the pain in my body and the inflammation by putting the
Yeah.
BPC right to my gut. And I
Right.
feel like that's helped to take away pain in my neck.
Mhm.
I knew there was a gut brain connection, but I
Yeah.
had not experienced it so tangibly ever
Mhm.
before adding the BPC tablet. So I know that you've added NAD, right? So what shifts have you noticed?
And let me just say this about BPC. I have always worked out. I don't work out to Tracy's extent. Tracy, coming after you, it's gonna come at some point. Um, but I don't feel that pain anymore. Like say I couldn't work out for 3 days or 4 days and then I go and hit it hard. I'm not experiencing that. And I know I'm hitting it hard that day, right? So I don't wake up and I'm not able to walk for the next 5 days. It truly has helped me like replenish and just recover from my workouts much faster than I used to before. So I'm loving this. And I love the fact that even when I'm not you know, doing as much lifting as I should, I started seeing muscle already from using the Sermorelin. So this combination is like the holy grail of women over 40, to be honest with you. I feel like
Yes.
we need to be, to some extent, doing this. But anyways, I did add NAD later on, and I took my first dose. I didn't really feel as much. From my second dose on, I was like, oh my gosh. And I think I'd already been working on the decreased inflammation in my brain. But the second biggest thing for me was my mental fog. I mean, I was talking to my husband and I was like, I want to get an MRI of my brain. Like there is something wrong with me.
Mhm.
I could, but not to the extent that I forgot things, to the extent that I was like deleting it completely, like no recollection whatsoever. I think I went through like 1 week where I lost my wallet 3 times. I canceled my credit cards. I mean, I can't even explain to you. Like this was severely concerning for me. Um, my normal day was like waking up in a bad mood because I didn't sleep all night And then, just getting the kids ready, having 5 hours in between, dropping them off, picking them up, and it was like this crazy, like by 10:30, I had misplaced my phone 3 times already. It's like crazy. I'm like, I feel like I have Alzheimer's. And I think when I added NAD to this mix, it truly gave me the energy boost. Like it really, I could feel it, but it was almost like the little bit of the little piece that was missing for me to like completely change that around. That whole like toxic bubble that I was existing in was gone. And so for me, I am posting a lot about NAD because I truly felt like before and after NAD for me. From my brain, from my focus, I'm able to have a full conversation. I speak Spanish, that's my first language. And for me, like I would get so stuck into am I speaking Spanish? And I would forget words in Spanish when I'm speaking in Spanish and forget the words and it was just so there was a lot of noise in my head. And now I am 25 again, baby.
That is so awesome. I know. So
Yeah.
I wanted to like tap into this tonight because I started my journey. I mean, I was introduced to Sermorelin. How old's my son? Right after my fourth son, who just came home and the dogs were barking. Sorry about that. I tried Sermorelin and I did a cycle of it, and it helped me to get into that dress for my sister's wedding because I was the maid of honor, of course, like literally weeks after my fourth baby was born. And so I was introduced to it and I didn't stay on because at that time, I mean, my Sermorelin was $1,200 a month. And it just wasn't, I mean, I just didn't know enough about it. And I knew it was good, I knew it worked, but it just was an excessive cost at that time. And so when I was reintroduced and did 5 years ago, started my peptide journey, I've gone through that first stage. So I would say to those of you who have been on GLP-1, you've reduced some of that inflammation and you're like ready for that next step. I would suggest, getting with to whoever invited you. You can message any of us on our socials to answer any questions that you have. But there is a path here. There is a I know it sounds like cliche, but there is a peptide path where you can really start to tackle more than just the inflammation. And once you clear that inflammation, you can then focus on building some muscle, increased energy levels. We have a amazing stack of peptides out there that you can just start experimenting. These peptides are branched chain amino acids. They are holistic. I like calling them holistic because we already have these amino acids in our body. We are helping our systems to communicate properly. We're helping our hormone system to balance. So it really has helped my life. I want to see you guys um, get the health recovery performance that is possible, and it is possible. And so um I would say we're getting to the root cause of these different ailments, and inflammation will show up differently in everybody's body. um Someone could be struggling with PCOS, and that's inflammation. Someone can be struggling with brain fog, and that's inflammation. And so we want to help you on your journey. So, again, connect with us in any way. Ladies, do you have anything else that you want to add tonight? I want to leave the floor to you guys.
I just want to say, that this is something worth understanding and worth educating yourself about because I feel like there's not a lot of knowledge outside. Your traditional doctor is not going to bring this to you. So it's up to you to actually do the research and understand, how you can help yourself in your aging journey because aging in pain and losing your brain it's not the way that I want to make it to 80 or 90
100 and
or
about 100.
100.
I'm going
I don't
for
know, I cannot live
100.
till 103, but again.
That's right. How about you, Tracy?
I just want to
Do you have
say,
anything?
yeah, I mean, I know firsthand, all peptides are not created equal, and there are a lot of shady characters out there, and you got to be careful where you get your peptides from. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there coming from China. No telling where it's coming from. All of EllieMD's peptides are compounded in a 503A certified pharmacy, and it is legit. Like I said, back in the day, no telling what I was shooting in my veins. So I do know that they are not all created equal. And I personally want to know what I'm putting in my body. So just be careful and do your research, because you do have to be unfortunately, you do have to be your own advocate. You truly do.
For sure, because there are peptides that are science, like made for
Right,
science, like
right.
scientific studies that are not human grade. And people are like, wow, this is expensive. But I do want to speak to that quickly because I was spending $3,000 a year for a doctor, a concierge doctor. And that wasn't on top of what I was paying for my blood labs, what I was paying for the peptide itself, what I was paying for the injection supplies and the overnight shipping every month.
Mhm.
So I love how LEMD has this. We're all FDA, made in America, customized for you. These peptides are based off of your BMI, and so I just love this model. It's why I had to join when Blair came to me with this opportunity. And I'm so behind what LEMD is doing. Please connect with us. We would love to start you on your peptide path. There is so much we can get to the root cause of what's going on in your body on a cellular level and begin your healing journey. So, thank you, ladies, so much for chatting with me tonight. I appreciate you both. I love you all.
Thank
Have
you.
Having us.
a Yes, of course. Have a wonderful evening, guys.
Yep. Bye. Thank you.